And so I will now be a witness to the truth of his great commandment. So for this I was born. For this I came into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Thy word is truth.
Thank you so much for checking out my channel, most specifically for watching this video. Bless you all. My name is erwinvalderramos, and I'm the Dog Messiah. The goal of my channel, above all else, is edutainment. And the reason for this is because I'm hoping to stop training dogs for the public and strictly focus on training dogs that are homeless and placing them in the very best forever home. Before I elaborate on how I plan to do that, I'm going to very briefly speak about myself. I've been training dogs basically all of my life, even as a kid growing up in the ghetto in an apartment, wasn't allowed to have dogs. I would wrangle up all the stray dogs that I would find and found a little place in the woods near the apartment complex where I would keep them, and I taught them to be quiet, to wrestle quietly, to stay there so that they wouldn't be taken into the pound. And in fact, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I actually taught some of those dogs to become aggressive if they saw somebody dressed in animal control clothing. Sounds horrible, I know, but mind you, I was an elementary school kid that was being bullied by my peers because I have Asperger's. So my beloved pack of homeless dogs was my solace and a great source of comfort for me. I would often spend the weekend afternoons sitting, reading a book about dog training or wolf behavior while they played and wrestled around me. And like I said, I taught them to be very, very quiet so we wouldn't draw any attention to ourselves. I'll never forget the day that I came after school and I rushed over there excitedly to see my pack, and they were gone. They'd been missing. So I started asking around, and one of the people that lived at the apartment complex closest to the woods said that she saw animal control was up there and there was a big commotion and they had to wrangle the dogs up with sticks because they were aggressive and they didn't want to go. And I guess they thought maybe that was a homeless person's campsite, and it was just my campsite, and the dogs had learned to stay in that small area. So we lived in an apartment that didn't allow dogs. Moreover, we were poor. So I begged my mom and dad to please take me to the shelter so we could adopt the dogs out or take them out for a little while and maybe call cousins and see if we could find homes for them. But unfortunately, due to circumstances out of my control and their control, we were unable to help. And I remember praying so hard to God every day in elementary school and throughout my life that the path would become clear for me and I would be able to help homeless and stray dogs find permanent homes. I didn't know how I was going to achieve this goal. I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. And I'll be honest, I still don't completely know how I'm going to make this goal happen, but it is something that stays with me all the time. So that brings me to the purpose of my channel, The Law of Distraction.
Alright guys, so this is what's going to happen, yeah? I'm going to go inside here. I've never been in this before. I'm going to give all the dogs a chew, yeah?
So the way I hope to make this transition from training dogs for the public to homeless dogs is through marketing my channel and partnering up with advertisers and marketing so that I'm being paid by advertisements instead of the public, and that way I'm funded and I can train homeless dogs, keep them as long as I want. A problem that I have with training dogs for the public is people want really quick results, and there are a lot of trainers out there doing disservices to people by claiming that they can fix and solve a multitude of behavioral problems in a short period of time, like 2 or 3 weeks, and that is just not true. That's why dogs end up at the shelter. So what I'm saying is dogs need more time, care, and affection. Dogs, like children, thrive in a large community of acknowledgement and affection, and that's what I strive to do. I want to train dogs using all the theories that you can see on my dog training channel, with the law of distraction, the good word theory, wow moments, but most specifically, I go on and on and on about the amount of time it takes for dogs to acclimate. Do you know how many dogs people adopt out where the first month of that adoption is wonderful. Then about a month later, they start calling myself or another trainer saying, I don't know what happened. He was the best dog the first month, and now he's doing XYZ. Well, the reason for that is because dogs often need an acclimation period. So if a dog is at the shelter for 2 or 3 months and isn't really in a home environment, you're not really seeing that dog's true nature or personality. Once that dog goes home, becomes acclimated and comfortable, then the true personality comes out. So my purpose again is to train and rehab as many homeless dogs as possible, and have families come out for 3 handler classes in lieu of paying any fees.
Thy word is true.
Alright, I'm gonna leave these treats. Seems like every dog got one. Yeah. Thank you again. Thank you again.
In scripture we are told, again, I say unto you, that if 2 of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. If you agree with this and it sounds like something you'd like to help me with, then please, I know I'm asking a lot because at the end of the day, this is your greatest resource, but please consider investing your time. Please watch my videos, watch the ads, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please don't think of it as an ineffective contribution. I tell you, every little light in the dark sky shines and makes this passion possible.
That was his last words to those who followed him up to the very end. He said, as the Father has sent me, even so send I you.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Paw the bell so you'll be notified when I upload another video. Like and comment and share. Thank you so much for your time. Bless you all. Good.
Now let us go into the silence.